YouTube. So I'm starting this new thing. So I went through this health journey a couple years ago. It's been 2 years now, and I'm finally at a mental state where I can open up and talk about it. So I was diagnosed, make a long story short, with achalasia. It's a rare disease. Even the doctors don't know enough information about it. It just happened. So I had a hilar myotomy. Make a long story short, for months and months, I had went on to the doctor. They were saying, "Oh, you might have an ulcer. You might have acid reflux, all kinds of things." And I was like, something just ain't right. I was like, I don't have acid reflux. I've had a PET scan because I had a lump the year before, and it enabled me to stop walking. So that morning, I said, "Hey, I got to go to the doctor. This thing is really bothering me." I looked in the mirror. It was a big lump like that, the size on the side of my arm, which I had picked up some weight. Cause in the South, we be eating. So I be eating, so I don't be paying attention. But, it's just a reminder to check on yourself, go to the doctor, because what I went through, guys, it was very life impacting. I lost almost 60 pounds, and nobody could tell me why. I started to worry. I started discoloring, like my face turned gray. I felt like I was dying, and I had already made up in my mind. I was like, whatever I do, I'm gonna make peace with God, and I'm gonna fix my trauma or whatever. Because if it's time for me to go, it's time for me to go. But God spared me, and I started researching, and I was like, hey, maybe if I tell them my actual symptoms or whatever, not things that you ignore, tell them all the symptoms, and let them diagnose you, and all of that, but always get a second opinion, because I thought it was over after they cut the lump out. I was like, it's over. That's done. I had the PET scan. I didn't have cancer, and it's still not over. But I know that God is in the healing business. When I'm asleep, He's still doing His job. And, you just got to take care of yourself and go to the doctor. And these jobs, they ain't worth it. I killed myself for years trying to be on a salary, trying to make a better life. But I didn't know that I was impacting mine by not going to the doctor. Always check. You just never know what's going on. And, we try to eat healthy and things like that. But some things are genetic, and you always need to just go check. So I brought this to your attention because it's a lot of people that deal with this sickness. And, we're fighting because we never know what the outcomes of the surgery will be. But always go check. All right.